I have been a big fan of the Batman video games for God knows how long, I don't know. Even though most superhero based games are complete crap, but many of the Batman video games don't disappoint me. And Batman on the Nintendo Entertainment System is one of those great Batman games. It was developed and published by a Japanese video games developer called Sunsoft, and the game was released in 1989, and it's also primarily based on the 1989 movie with the same name starring Michael Keaton and Jack Nicholson. Now most video games that are based on big blockbusters usually are a bad piece of shit, but here it is not really the case with this game. Even though this Batman game was released over 20 years ago, it is still very well developed and depicts the 1989 Batman movie quite well in my opinion. You obviously play as the Caped Crusader himself, as you battle your way through 5 tough levels, which end with a showdown in the bell tower of Gotham Cathedral, with none other than the Joker. The game has levels which are designed off of various locations in the movie, for example the chemical plant, where Batman along with his police force have a shootout with the Joker and his goons. The level designs tie in well with the movie, and each level is imaginative unlike a notoriously crap movie based NES game, obviously known as The Hunt for Red October. The gameplay is near to perfection, and could have been 100% perfect without a few minor flaws. An example of a flaw in the game is that for it being a challenging game, there is just not enough hearts to collect in levels, so you can replenish your health. This game is one of the first games that actually has a feature called wall jumping, which back then it was revolutionary for some reason. Now I like the idea of wall jumping, it works because you have to use it throughout this game, and as you go through the stages you have to do various wall jumps to get to where you need to get. And that was the first technique basically used in the 4th generation of gaming, so back in the NES days wall jumping was something new for general gamers in general really. And also another thing about this game that I like is the soundtrack. Just listen to it, it rocks. Alright, I'm just gonna stop that now. I'm sure that's irritating, but what the hell. Yeah, I'll give the soundtrack 10 out of 10 for it. It doesn't have an element of dying, so it's a good enough soundtrack. Fits in well with the game. Yeah, what more can I say about the soundtrack? Now this is where I talk about the wall jumping method. You have to use it various parts of the game, as I said before, so you can get to where you need to get, so you can progress through the game. But this game could be so challenging. I mean, like, you literally need hearts when you can't even find no hearts, and you just keep on dying. And also, you should see the boss fights. The boss fights are they're just too hard sometimes. You have to keep on replaying them over and over again just to complete the level. For example, take a look at this boss level. This boss level will just frustrate you out of your mind. It's just so hard. I had to play it literally, like, I retried for about 5 times and then I completed it. But you know what's even more annoying? When you don't beat this boss level, you have to start the previous level all over again, and you have to basically just continue it over and over again. And I tried so many methods of ways to actually beat this fucking boss. First I'll just jump in to actually shoot that left hand corner, whatever generator it is, and then this thing on the right starts firing 3 fucking bullets at me, whatever they are. Yeah, and then I just tried this approach of actually just going up to it and just punching the hell out of it, and that seemed to work better. At the same time that I love this game, it's also one of the most fucking frustrating games I've played. But one of the good things about it has how many continues. You can just continue, and you won't have to start from all the way to the beginning, which will be even more fucking frustrating. And that's one of the good things about Batman on the NES. As you can see, what I'm trying to do here is use one of my 3 shooting things, whatever they are, gadgets, but it's not working, you see. Well, I'm already down to 3 lives, and that's what's the thing. If you don't have any bullets, any batarang or whatever, then you're literally fucked. However, this game is mighty addictive, I'm telling you. Once you start playing it, you cannot stop. Like me, I popped in, I was gonna do a review of it, and I ended up playing 3 hours of it. At the same time, I love it, I also hate it as well, but yeah, you just want to get past all the levels. I was dedicated and I got up to stage 5, which is the last level where you fight Joker, obviously. But before I could actually fight Joker, I had to go to bed because it was getting late, so once I turned it off, that's it, I start from stage 1. That's what fucking frustrates me about this game. Well, shame this game is not like Legend of Zelda on the NES, where you can actually save your game. Still all in all, it's a really good game though. In the game, Batman has 3 projectile weapons for use, which is the Batarang, the Bat Disc, and the Spear Gun. Now, I don't think that you should use your weapon all the time, because you have to preserve your weapon's ammunition so you can fight bosses which are difficult, like the one that I just showed you previously. And you can use Batman's hand-to-hand combat like what you're seeing right here. Well, first you have to use your Batarang for this one because you can't exactly jump on him, can you? Well, this one here, there's gaps, you can actually go next to him and fight him, but for some reason I wasted my Batarangs. It doesn't matter, if you have loads of Batarangs, then why don't you go ahead and do it? So it is verdict time for Batman on the NES. It has great graphics and a great level design, and also the gameplay is nearly flawless, but just 2 minor flaws really, which is obviously not enough heart containers, and it can be quite challenging at times and difficult, as well as being frustrating. But the soundtrack rocks, the gameplay rocks. What more could you want? A classic Batman NES game. So I would definitely recommend you go and check this out.